This is part two of factoring trinomials when a is not 1. So if you haven't seen my first video on factoring trinomials when a is not 1, I suggest you watch that. This is part two, so move a little bit faster here again, we're using the box method. So again, you always want to check. We're going to factor completely. We're going to be sure to check our work. You want to be first to check and make sure there is no GCF present, so 3x squared minus 8x plus 4. Look at the 3, it cannot be divided into any of them, so we're going to have to go to the box method. So I start with the 3. I want to look at pairs of numbers that multiply to 3, which is 1 and 3, nothing else. Do the same thing with the 4 in the back. Pairs of numbers that multiply to 4 is 1 and 4, and 2 and 2. So I'm going to go through the box method here again. We're going to use the front and the back. Our goal eventually is to be focusing on that -8 in the middle. So box method, here we go. There's my box. Have to choose numbers from the front. Have two options for the back. So for the front, I have to use 1 and 3. For the back, I could use 1 and 4 or 2 and 2. I think either or of these could work to give me 8. I'm going to use 1 and 4 and see how this works first. So box method, we're going to start by multiplying straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. So if I look at 12 and 1, can I somehow get -8 out of that? Not really going to work. 1 and 12 will not get us -8. So that's multiplying straight across. So let's try crisscross. So still using 1, 3, and 1, 4, except this time let's multiply crisscross. So 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. So I can change the signs on any of these here, the 3 and the 4, one or the other, both of them. Trying to make -8 by adding and subtracting those, can't do it. So I tried the 1 and 3 and the 1 and 4 pairs. It's not working. So that doesn't mean I'm doing anything wrong. It's just maybe it's not that pair. So let's try a different pair. So I can do 1 and 3, and then instead of 1 and 4, because that didn't work, let's try 2 and 2. So multiplying straight across, 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So I got to ask myself, can I use 6 and 2 to get -8? Well, if I make this -6 and -2, I can definitely get -8 out of that. But if I make this negative, this 2 over here's got to be negative. If I make this negative, over here's got to be negative. So to put my answer together, I multiplied straight across. It's going to be the crisscross that forms my answer. So the 3 and the -2. So remember, x is in front. This is the front. The -2 is in the back. So I'm going to have 3x minus 2. My other crisscross is 1x minus 2. So I think this is my answer. I need to distribute and check. Let's make sure it works before we box it. So 3x times 1x is 3x squared. 3x times -2 is -6x. -2 times 1x is -2x. And -2 times -2 is +4. Combine like terms there. I have a 3x squared, so 3x squared. -6x, -2x is -8x. And that +4 is still there as well. So this does match my original problem. Therefore, I know 3x minus 2 and 1x minus 2. Those are my answers. Really quickly, just because I think seeing a lot of examples of this box method, I think really helps people out. 4x squared minus 15x minus 25. Again, looking for a GCF. This could be divided by 5. The 15 can be divided by 5. 4 not going to be divided by 5. So we don't have a GCF. Always want to check for that. So we start with the 4. I need factors of 4. So 1 and 4 gives me 4. 2 and 2. And then the back, 25. I can do 1 and 25. 5 and 5. So this gets really interesting. With the box, I can choose this top pair or the bottom one. And in the back, I could use this top pair and the bottom one. So I could use the 1, 4 and the 125, the 1, 4 and the 5, 5, or the 2, 2 and the 1 and 25, or the 2, 2, and the 5 and 5. So there's a lot of options here. I really have no clue with the front, so let's just start with 1 and 4 on the front. But the more you do these, the more you can think about it. Think about it a little bit. I'm trying to make negative 15 in the back. If I'm going to be multiplying by 1 and 25, those are so far apart. I don't know if I'm going to get negative 15, but negative 15, maybe these 5s will work. So let's try 5. If it doesn't work, 5 and 5, then I'll go back and try 1 and 25. But let's just try it and see what happens. So multiplying straight across, 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So I get 20 and I get 5. So I want to see, can I use 5 and 20 to somehow get negative 15? Well, I can do that. I have a pretty strong number sense there. If I made this negative 20, 5 minus 20 is negative 15, which if I make this negative, got to slap a negative over here, so that helps us see with the red pen. Now, before I want to go crazy about this, let's make sure it works. So set it up, we'll multiply and check it. So I multiplied straight across, so it's going to be the crisscross that is going to be my pairs for my factors. So I need a 4 in the front, x, and in the back I need a positive 5. For my other one, my other factor, I need a 1x in front. And again, I put a negative on that, negative 5 in the back. So let's distribute, see what happens here. 4x times 1x is 4x squared. 4x times negative 5 is negative 20x. 5 times 1x is 5x. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Combine like terms here, you get a 4x squared, negative 20x, 5x, negative 15x, minus 25 in the back. This does match up with my original problem, so I know 4x plus 5 and 1x minus 5 are my answers. And that was factoring trinomials when a is not 1, and this was part 2.